Food is a huge trigger for me. It's the easiest way for me to get instantly gratified, and I realized how it is easily putting me into a spiral that is constantly pulling me down into procrastination and sluggishness.
But mindless consumerism is also something that I love to project onto others.
Look at all these people buying shitty food just to gratify their desire. Unbelievable.
These people, oh fuck, it's so cold. Now, every time I do eat mindfully though, I eat less, I eat higher quality, I have more energy throughout the day, and I magically just do more of the things that I truly want to do. Now that is why I decided to integrate more mindful eating into my life, and this is what I learned. Now, I think we've all come to the realization that we rarely do the things we know we want to do, in a way that we know we should do them. The more I think about it, the crazier it becomes to me what an absolutely existential role food is playing in all of our lives, and yet how little attention we are willing to give it. Now, I generally enjoy buying and preparing and eating foods. My background in gastronomy has given me a lot of insight into the way that foods can be presented. But when it comes to eating that food, I've conditioned myself to distract myself while eating. I'd mindlessly be watching freaking anything just to not be present with that food that I have cooked right now. And this results in 3 different things for me. First, I don't recognize the feeling of being full. Second, I do tend to gravitate towards more gratifying foods. And third, because I give a lot less credit and value to the effort that I've put into making that food, I also tend to gravitate towards quicker option of preparing that food. Of course, no part of this spiral is helping me to live a more meaningful and happy life. If anything, it's less of that, alright? It makes me more prone to instant gratification and less likely to invest into something long-term in the future. I do want to mention that as a psychologist, I see issues with food addictions all of the time. But it still took me some time and reflecting to actually realize that I'd benefit from changing something of my own. Food addictions are a huge and unspoken issue in our modern day society, and that is also partly why I wanted to make this video. Now, I wanted to take a look at this from different perspectives.
This is Momo. She is a Zen eating facilitator and organizer from Japan and has helped countless people to become more mindful and more aware in life through the activity of eating.
I have been practicing Zen meditation for 10 years, and I have studied about Zen Buddhism, Japanese spirituality in university, and I combined them, I integrated them, and then that's how I have started Zen eating. Came back to Japan and I realized like not only what to eat, but how to eat is also important, and the mindset while eating is equally important. Everyone knows like mindfulness is good for you. We have no time, so if you are that kind of person, then I recommend you to practice like while eating.
Sitting down with my food is somewhat uncomfortable. A part of me would rather take the mindless route, just stuffing on my face what is already familiar. Eating mindfully though embraces the process of becoming aware, and that does have several interesting applications. The practice makes sitting with my distressing thoughts and emotions and sensations, right, everything that wants to pull me away from that present moment, a lot easier to observe. And these are symptoms and powerful trigger points for addictive patterns to form and actually to be initiated. That makes mindful eating actually a great way to interrupt these disruptive patterns.
Everyone has a lot of knowledge about nutrition. Knowing doesn't help you to practice. You should not get ready for next bite. You focus on what to eat, and then if you swallow, after swallowing, take a pause, and then next bite. So this helps those people, if like especially overweight. That's the first case. And then second example, like mental health related issue is those people have tried mindfulness or meditation but cannot make it as their habit or second nature. So the second one is like sometimes like addiction. I can't stop sugar. I can stop with whatever gluten or whatever that person wants to stop, but still like addicted to and cannot stop it.
And that is exactly why studies on mindful eating conclude that it is a beneficial strategy to reduce food cravings by making you less reactive.
And that is also what I found to be true in my own experience. The more I become present with the food in front of me, even if that is only once or twice a day, the less likely I am to fall into impulsive or emotional eating patterns. It's pretty fascinating how powerful and yet subtle that change is. There are also some interesting physiological changes that accompany this way of eating. It all starts in the mouth, with an adequate production of saliva. Chewing the food more thoroughly allows for its parts to be broken down into its constituents, while simultaneously analyzing its composition and then sending signals to the digestive tract, which enzymatic processes need to be regulated or slowed down. Mindfulness also shifts the nervous system into a more relaxed state, which primes the body for breaking down and digesting food even more. Since undigested food particles are also at the foundation of autoimmunity and allergies, I personally had a reduction of symptoms, but that could of course also be because I just ate a lot less processed food and probably less food in general.
Say for example, craving and hunger is different, and your body knows this is from my brain, only my tongue wants to eat, so that's craving. It's not hunger from your stomach. So your stomach is full, 100% full, but still you can eat cake, you can eat something sweet. So that is just a craving, and your body knows it.
Now, I did not get into this for losing weight, but that certainly is a massive benefit to it. Ultimately, eating mindfully makes you more likely to engage in healthful eating behaviors and less likely to engage in unsustainable habits. And that is exactly what makes me wonder how the collective would change if we were to reduce our mindless consumerism and integrate more mindfulness into the process of growing, distributing, processing, and eating our food. How would the world change?
Definitely will be a lot more peace. Peace and compassionate. So that's the biggest thing. Sharing time is very helpful for you to understand yourself better and understand others better.
Let me know what you think. I will try to explore this idea more in depth in future videos.
So what was I able to take with me in the last couple of months when I tried to integrate more mindful eating into my daily routine? Well, what I can say is that I will definitely stick with the practice and try to improve on it. My patterns of eating, of snacking, of cooking and preparing, as well as buying foods have changed considerably to the better. I spend less time and money on gratifying foods, and some of my addictive patterns have just completely subsided, just vanished without even putting any conscious thought into it, which is something that I did a lot when I was trying to stop patterns like this, right? It was constantly on my mind, which ultimately led to me just doing it more. Now, am I eating mindfully every single time? No, of course not. I still enjoy the occasional mindlessness. This simple practice is a really big quality of life improvement overall. I have to say that I'm quite surprised by how much this changed the way that I'm walking through the day. So tell me, what are your experience with food? Food addictions or any experience with mindful eating at all? If so, just please let me know. Also, thanks a lot to Momo. She's awesome. Check out her work. I will link to her website down below.
This video is sponsored by myself. I've just launched a new course on weight loss and I'm very proud of the results. If you want to support me or lose some weight, check it out with a massive discount link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. I wish you an amazing week and plentiful, enjoyable meals.